On this channel, that is Biblical Research and Innovation Network for Africa, Brain for Africa or BrainFA. We have a series on the Bible and we have a series on Bible translation. This video is part of the series on Bible translation. In this video, I'm going to talk about what Bible translation is. There are three ways of considering what translation is. One is academic field of study. Then translation can also be considered as a product, and this has to do with the end result of the process of translation. So if you pick a book which has been translated, then the book is a product. So if you pick the book, it is a translation, but that is the product dimension of translation. And if you pick, say, the audiovisual or the audio version of that rendering, then it is also the product. So when you consider translation as a product, then you are talking about it in terms of printed books, audiovisuals, audios, and others. You have a lot of apps these days where these things can be found. Now, our focus is on Bible translation, and so we want to consider the process involved in Bible translation. That is what the focus of this video is. Bible translation has to do with the process by which the Bible is rendered from its original languages into any other language. When we talk about the original languages of the Bible, these are Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. Most parts of the Old Testament were written in Hebrew, which was the language of the ancient Israelites, and few parts of it were written in Aramaic. Then we have a small portion of the New Testament also written in Aramaic, and we have a larger portion or the greater part of the New Testament written in Greek. So when somebody looks at the text and reads the text in Hebrew, Aramaic, or in Greek, depending on where the person is reading, and then renders the text that was read in the original language into another language, then we say that translation has taken place. In translating the Bible, the translator negotiates between two worlds, or negotiates between two cultures. That is the culture of the biblical world and the culture of the people that the person is translating for. So there are certain things that are found in the Bible, certain practices, certain fruits, certain items, certain names that are found in the Bible. And the translator tries to bridge the gap between those practices, those items, their usage, and so on, and the contemporary culture. So the translator is a cultural mediator, mediating between the two worlds or between the two cultures. What it means is that the translator has to repackage the text or the message that they find in the biblical text, and transfer that repackaged message to their people in a way that takes into consideration the socio-cultural perspectives and dimensions of the people for whom the translation is done. So the translator is not just looking at words in Hebrew and Greek or in Aramaic and rendering them just as he sees them, but he tries to ensure that he communicates the message as well. So it is a kind of negotiation, and it depends on the choices that the translator makes. I will continue this in another video, and in that video I'll be talking about the people involved in Bible translation, and then move on to the processes involved in Bible translation.